Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This is your girl Tashi, and I'm back with another video. So we're gonna be reacting to asking the least diverse place in England if they support immigration. So let's get straight to it.
Immigration is going up, and given they keep promising to cut it, the government aren't particularly happy about it. Immigration is a bit of a sticky issue for this government. On the one hand, they need people to fill all the vacancies in sectors like hospitality and healthcare. And on the other, they need someone to blame. It's a lot easier to blame pesky brown people than it is to accept any sort of responsibility for the mess the country's in. Right-wing politicians like to tell us that Britain's culture is being eroded by immigration. It's an effort to frighten people who might not have come across much of it. People who live in places like Workington, in Cumbria, the whitest place in the country. Workington is the least diverse parliamentary constituency. 98.5% of people here identify as white British. And while it is really, really white right now, that's pretty likely to change. Cumbria is becoming more diverse really quickly, with the
Trust me, it's gonna change. I'm sorry to say that, but it's gonna change.
non-white population projected to be 10% by 2031. So that means things around here might look a wee bit different. Places like Workington are changing, and I want to see if people here are worried about it. That's why I'm in Workington to ask, how do you feel about immigration at the moment?
But I understand people want a better life, and to come into Britain is a better life, I suppose, for them. But as long as they're prepared to work, you know, if they're prepared to work and earn their living and, you know, pay into our taxes and that, bring them on.
I don't think it's out of control.
I agree with him. I totally agree with him on that one.
I think
pay your taxes, do what you got to do, obey the law.
Cut down on it, but the numbers are just going up and up and up. So, yeah, I'd like to see more control.
What would that entail, do you think?
I don't really want to go into details about it. It's a bit of an emotive subject, isn't it? So, no, I'd rather not give too many details on that. Thank you.
I mean, to be fair, it's definitely been noticeable over the past couple of years that, like, it's more diverse. There's a lot of old people, though, that are stuck in the ways.
I like to think of myself as colourblind, and when I say that, I mean I don't care, and also I have to caveat that by saying when I don't care, I mean it doesn't matter to me. It matters not.
You say stuck in their ways. What do you mean by that?
Racist.
There's a lot of very racist old people here, and it's like they're very much like, oh, back in my day, but obviously they've been here while things have changed, and they just haven't adapted to it.
If it wasn't for them,
Old people are stuck in their ways. They don't want to see no change. They don't like changes. They like stuff how they are right now. So that's going to be hard because things are changing.
you know, we wouldn't have, because the wages are poor. You know, the nurses through COVID and that, they worked tirelessly, didn't the doctors as well, and they should be paid for now. Whatever they want, they should get, because if they come out on a strike, there'll be like full time. You know what I mean? There'll be no NHS, and people would die. Yeah. I had a kidney transplant 26 years ago, and if it wasn't for the national health, then I wouldn't be here now.
Hospitality is a massive driver of immigration to the country because we need a lot of people from abroad to fill the roles in hospitality. Can you talk about kind of the importance of immigration to hospitality?
It's a very, very sensitive subject. I've found that with a lot of people. A good example for me would be, if someone who's willing and hard-working. I mean, there was the running gag of people, from, what was it? Eastern European, more than anything. I've had one of the most loveliest individuals I've worked with was Eastern European. She was very small, but she was an absolute machine. She just kept going. But also from a personal level, she was lovely. Whereas, great, lovely. Whereas on the flip side, more or less, I'd say down south, you've had it where some of these places have been giving government grants and they've allowed, replacing existing staff there, or just filling them in, and then they're being ran into the ground essentially. I get that there may be a language barrier, but that falls on both sides of things. If you're willing to work and willing to work hard, but then again, also, if you're going to employ people like that, you should be willing to sit down and say, are you struggling a bit? Are you struggling with your English? We've got college courses, we've got level 2 Masters in English, which is compulsory for a lot of job roles, and make a bit more care. So it works on both fronts, I feel.
So are you concerned about kind of the potential for people to be exploited in the industry?
When it comes to foreign and immigration, yes, I am on that one, because like myself, you know, yourself got a lot of ideas, but also, you know, after working in something, a trade like that for so long, you do get the people on the side of the fence that go, oh yeah, great, the hard workers, get them in and let's load them with 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week. They're not going to say anything, they need the money. And that is disgraceful behaviour.
At one time,
That is.
a local
That's crazy.
saying, greeting at Carlisle and over here was cuz, because most people weren't as close as related as sixth cousin. It was that close a community.
So there should be more diversity in the community, probably.
They're just going back about 100 years.
Okay. Do you think they're frightened of something? Do you think
He's one of those people might be stuck in his ways. He's a little iffy on that. He doesn't want to come on and say, but
they're frightened of change?
I do think there's a lot of like stigma around sort of people coming from different places, and I think that's obviously like just what they were brought up to believe, so they're trying to pass that down. But I do think it's definitely more the older generation that they do have that kind of figure, but unnecessary figure, I guess.
Well, I'm not against it,
okay.
but I am against religion ruling authorities. There's been a case in America where the police arrested a couple of women, right, and took pictures of them with the headgear off, and they're being sued for compensation. Religion, they say the headgear is religious costume. That's why I'm against religion. Religion is dictating to the people too much.
Do you think that's the case in the UK?
Okay, so he's not racist. He's not racist. Remember I said he's stuck in his old ways. He doesn't mind the diverse. It's just the religions, you know,
Yes, because of these demonstrations about the Israeli war in Gaza. Right. Before, oh God, there were no such thing as demonstrations. There hasn't been the big demonstrations against the Ukraine war either.
Sick of repeating myself, but they're coming into this country, they're working, they're paying into our economy, they're a lot of asset to our country. So I don't know why, you know, they should encourage you, but encourage it in the legal way. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel sorry for these people coming over on the boats and that, because it's dangerous. But if they go through the right protocol and the right ways, they're maybe getting it a lot easier.
The problem is they've shut all the legal ways to do it, so they don't have an option, those people.
No, well, true.
But when it does comes to politics, I feel it is very much a box-ticking exercise. You know, they're trying to say the right thing instead of looking at the bigger problems.
What are those problems?
So, I mean, personally, your veteran situation will be one of them. You know, I mean, DEI, you're within media, you know what DEI is, anything like that. I mean, I had a big disagreement with the NHS on a personal level, which was, it was the diversity hires and whatnot, and it was more, no, there weren't diversity hires, there were diversity officers ensuring, whereas you've got nurses standing out there on picket lines. You know, I had a bike accident a few years ago. I've been in like almost the equivalent of an ICU, where these poor lasses and doctors and whatnot have been running around, and you want to pay a large sum of money to people to say, oh yes, you're great for the job, because, like I've just said, that's my disagreement, because if you're of this race, you're of this creed. Whereas you could say, well, I'll tell you what, we've got hard-working individuals, let's help them out. It's forever, it's the same with the rails and everything, they're forever on strike. So instead of doing this, why not give people to, you know, the people who are working? And I just feel it's become a lot that way of, same with media, same with, I mean, films especially, Disney at the moment. You know, you've forgotten what made you great. You know, people don't want to be beaten over the head. They want nice things. They want stories. We all work. Everyone in the same boat. We all work hard enough and long enough to have that bit of enjoyment. And sometimes things don't need a message. Sometimes it just needs to be fun. The joys of being a child.
How would you describe Workington?
Small. Small, quiet, a lot of small town syndrome. Everybody knows everybody. Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends. Depends who you ask.
I'm asking you. So
I know, right?
Yeah.
What would you like to see changed, do you think?
Just more stuff to do, like especially for like kids and like teenagers and stuff. There's nothing for them around here.
I was gonna say that when you live in a small town and you got kids tend to get bored real quick. They need more option. They need places to go. a small town is okay. It's like for adults, it's probably okay for adults, because there's so much, because we're adults, we just want to chill, want to relax, but kids want places to go, and if they don't got no places to go and they stuck in a small town, they get involved in stuff they should not be involved in, but
Well, I find it all right.
I like small towns though.
I was brought up on the east side of the county, up at a place called Ulston, and that hasn't half gone down.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Half the population, the main industry's gone. Like here, a lot of industry's gone here since I come over in 76.
So did you grow up right here?
Yes.
And what did you do when you were a teenager?
How legal is this? No, I mean, we just like loitered a lot, really. There used to be a couple of youth clubs when I was growing up, but they didn't last very long because there was just nothing to do.
Ooh, I wanted to bring that up too. There's not a lot of youth centers, especially here in America. We don't have a lot of, I don't know if I should speak for like other states. I know here in New York, we used to have a lot of youth centers. We do not have a lot of youth centers. We used to have some, and I'm talking about free youth centers, or even a small fee. But now I think I don't know if they still have Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, I don't know if you're from New York. I don't know if we still have that. I know we did, but it used to cost a lot. But these kids today, they don't have much to do, Of course, they're on their phone, but they don't really have much to do. So, kids get involved in things they should not be getting involved in. I know growing up, we had a lot of stuff, we had a lot of places we could go, but like this generation, they don't really have much places to go. So, yeah.
At them, really?
I think the government understands kind of the scale of this issue.
No, they don't. In fact, I wrote a good few years ago about Northern Rock Bank. I had shares in it. I wrote 6 pages claiming it was stolen under the grounds of the Magna Carta and Bill of Rights.
Ooh.
And it states in that bill, no freeborn man shall be seized, detained in prison, goods taken away from or maligned without being tried by his peers or law of the land. No freeborn man shall be delayed or denied justice, which has happened with Northern Rock. Right? I've proved my ancestry back to where I could prove that I am a descendant of a freeborn man, and I quoted that. I got one reply back. Doesn't concern me, not interested.
Guys think you'll stay in Workington?
I don't want to long term, but I mean, I've got a child that's in school, and so it all really falls down to her, what she wants to do when she gets older, but I don't want to.
Yeah. What about you?
I would love to go to somewhere different where there's more things to do. Like, I kind of would like to move to a city, but also when you're in a city I've got small town syndrome. Like when we were in Glasgow, it's just so different. Like I couldn't handle it. I was like, I just want to be back home.
It's like that, they're so used to, live in a small town. So imagine going to a city. It's like, all right, too noisy, too many people, not my vibe. Let's go back to the country. I'm a city girl, but it's like, I don't know. I guess because I'm older, I guess because I'm older, is like I just want to be somewhere in the country. It's that time where you just want to just relax. But I'm quite sure if I move somewhere in the country, I know I'm going to miss the city. Because you're so easy. Because living in the city, you have access to anything you want. I could just walk down the block and get something to eat, get something to drink, go to the movie. I have more easy access to anything I want. So I can understand. But as far as the whole immigration thing, I support the immigration. I just want people to do things the right way. And I agree with that. Like, I want people to do things the right way. You come here, respect the country, pay your tax, respect the law, and that's it. And we live happy, respect the law, pay your tax, and we're good, That's it. I couldn't care less, but I just wish people do stuff the right way, because we're doing a lot of stuff here in New York when it comes to immigration. It's like there's a lot going on. Y'all probably watch the news with the crime, and it's getting ridiculous. Not saying that there was no crime here before the whole immigration thing, but it's just, you know how it is. More people, the more craziness is gonna happen. So it's like, yeah. And you gotta be careful who you bring into your country. So that's another thing too. So like I said, that's why I said people need to do things the right way. But comment below, let me know how y'all feel about this, and I'll see y'all later. Y'all take care. Bye and peace.